Okay. So the first one says simplify. So basically, we are write it a little bit bigger. 3/4 over 5/6. We multiply this or divide by 5/6 or multiply by the reciprocal, right? 6/5 times 6/5. What you end up getting is that this and this all simplify to 1. And on top, we got 18/20, which we can simplify 18/20 to 9/10. And do we need that 1 at the bottom? No. So simplified becomes 9/10. Second one, 2/5. So again, 2/5, 1/3, multiplied by the reciprocal, 3/1, 3/1. And we simply get 6/5. If you want to write it over 1, you can, but it's not necessary, so we're going to leave it as 6/5. Last one is 4/7 over 6/5. And we're going to multiply by the reciprocal, which is 5/6, 5/6. And we get 20/42. This and this and this and this simplify to 1, which again I am going to erase. And that, if we divide, if simplify, you can divide by, I don't know, let's say 2, get 10/21. And that would be the simplified fraction. Now let's calculate the unit rate here. So key here is for you to understand is how many miles per hour. So we're going to write 1/4 of a, sorry, we're going to write 1.5 miles because we want the unit rate per hour. So the hour is going to be here. So 1/4 of an hour. So we change this to unit rate. So we want to find out how far he runs or in an hour times 4/1 times 4/1. And 1.5, which is the same thing as 3/2 times 4/1 equals 12/2, which equals 6. So this becomes 6 miles. And that's the unit rate, miles per hour. Same thing here. We want to find the unit rate, so we want gallons per hour. So we're going to write 2/3 of a gallon over half an hour. And to change it to a unit rate, we want to know how many gallons per hour. And then we write gallons over here. Multiply that by 2/1, the reciprocal, right? Because it's the same thing as divided by 1/2. And that becomes just 1. And over here we have 4/3 of a gallon. Or if you wrote as 1 1/3 gallons, that's okay too. 250 for 5 cans. And they want the price per can, so is it per 1 can, right? So divide by 5, and we get 0.50 cents per can. 3/4. So we want juice per sugar, so 3/4 juice over 2/3 of sugar, and the unit rate. So what happens when we have 1 cup of sugar? How much juice will we need? Well, in this case, it's times 3/2. Times 3/2. We get 9/8 cups of juice. And if you wrote that as 1 1/8, that's okay too. $5. So we want the price per candy. So it's $5 for 4 candy bars. How much is it for 1 candy bar? Divide by 4, and we get $1.25 per candy bar. Okay, so again, repetitive, but gets you working here. So while remodeling his kitchen, he estimates he paints 30 square feet for every half an hour. How much does he do per hour? So again, we're gonna per hour, per 1 hour, and here is square feet. So the ratio or the rate that we have is that he paints 30 square feet, so 30 square feet in half an hour. Times 2/1, And then times 2 over 1, that's just going to give us 60 square feet. Okay. Bottom page mows 1/6 of an acre in 1/4 of an hour. How much does she do in 1 hour? So again, you can just multiply that by 4. So 1/6 of an acre in 1/4 of an hour. We want the unit rate. So in 1 hour, how much? What's the how many acres does she mow? So we can multiply this by 4 over 1 times 4 over 1, and we get 4 over 6 acres. Or if you simplified, 2 over 3 acres in 1 hour. So whichever one you chose, it's fine. Three. We have 2 containers leaking here, so we want to know which one leaks a little bit faster, or more rapidly. So in order to compare, it's easier to compare using the unit rate. So container A is losing 2/3 of a gallon every 1/4 of an hour. Container B is losing 3/4 of a gallon in every 1/3 of an hour. So which one loses more water? Okay. Well, we're going to use a unit rate, and then we're going to compare. So here it would be times 4 over 1, and we get 1 hour. Times 4 over 1. And this is going to be 8 over 3, or 2 2/3 gallon per hour. This one is times 3 over 1, so we get 1 hour over here. Times 3 over 1. And we get 9 over 4, or 2 1/4 gallons. So which one is losing more water? Now it's so much easier when I compare, right? Here in 1 hour you're losing 2 2/3, and here in 1 hour you're losing 2 1/4. So definitely this one loses water a little bit more per hour. Now this one is 2 containers. Which one is filling faster? Which container is getting a liquid is being poured into the container? Which one is getting more it's getting more? So let's again compare it, and in order to compare we need the unit rate. So this one is gaining 2/3 of a gallon in 1/4 of a minute. So in 1 minute, let's find out how many gallons it's getting. So we're going to multiply that by the reciprocal, 4 over 1 times 4 over 1. This is going to be 8 over 3, or 2 2/3 gallons. So it's gaining 2 1/3 gallons every minute. The second one is 3 over 5 gallons over 1 every 1/6 of a minute, every 10 seconds. So in 1 minute, so let's multiply by 6 over 1. In 1 minute, the second container is getting, let's see, times 6 over 1, 18 over 5, or 3 3/5 of a gallon per minute. So you can tell this is 2 2/3, this is 3 3/5. So this one is definitely getting more of that liquid per minute. So it's filling up faster. Okay, and that's it. It's just a little practice. Okay.